You know, every midfielder should be able to pass the ball. It's crazy. But let's get into the tactical review, people. Now, as you lot know, in relation to the West Ham game, not to go over the same things, but, you know, cheap mistakes, cheap goals conceded, game management, not being switched on, not being able to stop ourselves when we've been playing bad and we're making mistakes, not to say, okay, cool, nothing from this part. It happened, didn't it? This is the same old, and has been a theme of Arsenal. So depending on how you look at it, it's 2 points dropped for both sides, in my opinion. More so West Ham, because they could have even nicked it even after conceding 3 in the second half. For us, we were never in the game. Really and truly. They obviously, second half, we played a bit better. Odegaard, Chambers, Lacazette, they stood up to be counted, but generally it was dead. Like, it was dead. And for me, again, the Saka on the left, Aubameyang on the right, it didn't work. I don't understand why Marie came in after he hasn't been playing too many times, and then you're gonna throw him into a game against a top five side. I think there's too much thingy, there was too much unnecessary rotation, and that took something out of the team, really. And I would love to hear what he has to think about the centre halves. You say Gabriel's tired, but you've played Luiz. What is Xhaka then? So I do think the man management from Arteta and some of his things he's doing is bewildering. But once these players step onto the field, once these players step onto the field, it's them. And away from what Arteta has said or hasn't said, I don't think these players did enough. Whatever game plan Arteta told you, you didn't take heed. Just away from that and playing football for yourselves, you lot didn't police and coach yourselves. You didn't start the game well. We was treating it, with all due respect to West Ham, like I said, you know, their attacking players are playing well. Souček playing. Everyone that we knew is a good baller and has been playing well. They showed their levels in it. Ben Rama, Lingard, Antonio, you know, Bowen, Souček, Rice put in a shift. You know, the centre halves. Nobody's giving Diop his flowers for his part in the first. They played well in it, but it's down to us to be sensible. They're a good team, but we're treating them like they was Barcelona. Way too much sitting off. We couldn't get out of our own half. And again, the first 10, 20 minutes, you need to win that away from home. Win that battle and assert yourself. We didn't do that. And really, you know, both teams needed to do enough, but needed to do a lot more. But it is what it is. So from a tactical point of view, like I said, man, it's quite frustrating. Better yet, it's better drawing than losing. Of course, you know, drawing 3-3 looks a bit better than losing 3-0. But to concede 3 goals in the first half, in the first half an hour, it was crazy. If we look at this, people, from a tactical point of view, I can't lie. West Ham did look like they went 2 banks of 4-4-4-2 in the second half. It looked like David Moyes knew they were going to mess up. But for me, it was frustrating. Now, I don't know if Arteta's told them to do this or whatever, but there's no outball. You know, Lacazette's up here. You know, Odegaard's trying to join him when he can, people. But 9 times out of 10, and if we put in our wingers, you know, we're marginalized in that regards, people. You know, Aubameyang and Saka are quite narrow. You know, to be fair, I don't think we asked enough questions of Kofal. You know, he isn't the quickest, but they had us in our own half. You know, we're passing backwards. You know, they're pressing us and they're being aggressive. And what I liked from West Ham, they pressed us when they could, but they were compact in a nice way. Now, I can't show you lot and do you lot justice with this, but they were compact. And for us, we were just playing backwards, sideways, and we're just losing it. Like, we're going forward and it's not working. We're going forward into Lacazette. He's not going to win it against 2 men. And then it's just being granted back to them. And that first 20 minutes was frustrating because you could see we're going to begin to concede and a bit to concede. And this is where these players need to have common sense. Hold on to the ball a bit more, you know, police yourselves, people. Away from that, people, and their first goal, again, I can't do it justice, but it's lovely play, man. It's lovely play from everybody. Ben Rama's involved, but the key one for me is Diop. He's played it into his man. Eventually it's gone to Antonio. Antonio sold my man. But the most frustrating thing of this, I applaud you lot were watching it. I applauded West Ham because I think they put a good move together. You can't, from a neutral point of view, as much as I'm an Arsenal fan, you have to respect them. What was frustrating for me, though, is not the move, but you could see it happening. And what did I tell you, lot? Midfield runners. Lingard deserves to be in the England squad based on how he's playing. Only Chambers clocks this run, you know. Souček, forget about that. Souček, actually, Thomas Souček and Lingard, at least 2 times before that, in the first 20, before we've even scored, there was a moment he made a run and there was at least 2 headers that went off target. They're telling you what they're trying to do. It's down to us to read these things. We didn't read it. Lingard's made a run. It's fantastic football from them. Nobody's picked him up. Like I said, Chambers has tried to stop it, but it's too late. Lingard's just made a run. Why Antonio span my man and he's dribbling down this wing? Lingard's just made a run. Football, simple game. Got his effort. I'm not gonna lie, people. I'm not blaming Leno for these goals apart from the one that is near post, because it should have been stopped before that. Your goalie is your last line of defense. For me, people, I've had to. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't happy with the goal. Like, it's a banger from Lingard, but the positioning of Leno, he's given Lingard all this area to aim at. Lingard's made no mistake. You know, the first goal from West Ham, I can't say anything, people. It's a good goal from West Ham. It's frustrating to concede. It's a collective bunch of errors, but it's a good goal. The second and third, I'm not happy with it, because again, we've just conceded. Like I said, first 20, we should be able to say we're playing dead anyways. First 20, we've conceded. Okay, cool. We deserve that. The penny should drop now. So when I'm again, not to scale, but when I'm seeing people switch off, you know, I love Saka. Saka's busy arguing with the ref, Kieran Tierney, David Luiz, Pablo Marie. And if I haven't said them, Bear Man are there, they're turning their backs. Street smartness. Lingard are just come and taking it. Quick thing. Again, not to scale. Lingard's just taking the free kick quickly. You man are caught flat-footed. Man are putting up their hands. Man are looking at Leno. Switch the F on. You know, this is things that Arteta can't tell you. A lot of these players have been around the block. I'm not excusing Saka, because you've played enough times now. But with exception to Saka, there's Marie, there's Luiz, there's Leno. If I ain't said their name, they've been around. You've played a lot of professional football games now. You've been around the blocks. You're within reason household names. You shouldn't have to do these things. We've been caught flat-footed. Like I said, it shouldn't have got to that. Credit to West Ham. You know, Bowen as well, you know. Again, Bowen even made a run as well. Like I just said with Souček and Lingard. Again, let me pull it on the other side quickly. Do you not remember? Again, let's pretend it's that side, just because I don't want to mess up this, people, just because it's come to me quickly. Do you lot remember that? I think it was Xhaka and Tierney, and I said this on my live stream. Do you lot not remember there was a ball over the top, I believe. Fabianski tried to play it. Bowen was inside there. The ball came over the top. And obviously, he couldn't get onto it. And race. But again, they're showing you what they want to do. He's making runs off the ball. And my man didn't look over his shoulder. Neither did Xhaka. That's the problem, you know. Again, West Ham, this is why I asked, have we been watching West Ham this season? Were you lot last week really watching what West Ham have been doing? Because, you know, late runs into the box, midfield runners, set pieces, and that front three. These are all the things we saw. Was what we know about West Ham. But like I said, going back to this goal temporarily, people, quick free kick, which has happened in 2-3 minutes or even less than that after conceding the first. We've been caught flat-footed. Like I said, all these men were pouring that. I don't think it's a foul. Either way, the fact that we're getting hit on the counter since we've scored, conceded, is a problem. Leno needs to do much better. I don't know how he's beaten there. I don't know. We have to speak to we need to speak to someone. But the referee was dead. But Leno, I don't know what he was on there, innit? Leno, it shouldn't have got to that, but Leno was terrible. We deserve to be 2-0 down, and I'm fearing the worst here, people. I'm fearing the worst. This was just for me to remember. Let's kick out all of these footballs, people. In fact, let's try it a different way. If you lot remember now, people, let me try remove these footballs. In fact, let's try it this way. If you lot remember, Leno's kicked it to Tierney, right? Tierney's tried to, this is one thing that annoys me about us. At times, it's like we play blind passes. Tierney's tried to knock it first time, right? Remember, yeah? Tierney's tried to knock it first time. Declan Rice has finessed him, yeah? Declan Rice finessed him for that. Then it went to, I believe, Souček. I could be wrong. Yeah? Leno's poor kick, Tierney's even worse kick. My man's out of position. It's simply fed through. We're pissed from that. And then obviously I'm not going to do the rest, but you know, eventually ended up in the back of the net and they got their third people. The second and third goals were very hard for me to take because experienced players are doing it and we're not policing ourselves. When you play games like against the top 5 sides, you have to know first 20 minutes is vital. Win your battles in that first 5, first 10, first 20. When you concede, keep going in it. When you concede, the penny should drop. It didn't drop, so we deserve to be out of it. Obviously, we caught a bit of life, not to scale, but a good bit of play from Odegaard, even Partey, but Odegaard and Chambers in particular. Like I said, Chambers might not be perfect, but he shows what you can do when you have a right back that can cross a ball, can get forward, and wants to get forward. Either way, he's put the ball into the box. Lacazette's made something. Yeah, it's a mad deflection, but at that point, it's 3-1 in it, and I thought that was it. And I was just saying to myself, you know what? It's 3-1. At least David Moyes has to speak about the clean sheet, a lack of clean sheet, and chat to his boys. I'm fearing the worst. As mad as it was, I did feel there was goals in this game. Whether we would take it is another thing, and I said it on the live stream. Looking at this goal again, people, as well, the own goal business again. we did well in that regards. Obviously, Lacazette, Partey. I think Lacazette's actually taken it quickly. Found Partey. He's gone to Odegaard. Odegaard's gone back to Saka. Back to Odegaard. He's played that lovely reverse pass. Chambers has pulled it in, and eventually a West Ham man made an effort. Made an effort of it, and obviously it ended up in the back of the net. We'll take that. At that point, it's 3-2. Arsenal haven't scored a goal, people. It's 2 on goals. 2 on goals at that point. You know, Chambers getting forward, it's a good ball. And a couple of times Chambers was putting this is one thing that annoys me about Arsenal now, because even Aubameyang and all of them, because you'll get extra 5+ goals just by doing this. Couple times, you know, the ball's put into nice areas and no one's gambling. Like, let's just use Saka's example. No one's gambling that the defender's going to miss it. Man might just get on that, you know. When I see other teams, they seem to do that. Nobody's gambling, but it's a good bit of play. Obviously, they took a quick free kick and it harmed us. Lacazette took a quick free kick and we was able to exploit that. And we had a better second half. We could have lost it in the second half, but it is what it is. Obviously, towards the end again, we had another set piece, and these are the men involved again. Again, if we jump ahead a bit, all of these lot were involved in the build-up. Again, Odegaard's played a reverse pass. Pepe off the bench. Again, one of the decisions Arteta got right, puts the ball in the back of the net. Lacazette finishes his dinner and gets a legit goal he deserves and keeps up his form, and that's 11 goals for the campaign for Lacazette. You know, we did play all right, but again, you know, it's another game like against Spurs where it's just a thingy. It's just a poor bit of. It's just where we've been playing in patches, really and truly. We can do a lot better than that, but it is what it is in that regards. We got back in it, man. Apologies, Offset. What you said, you are a bandwagonist that makes your show lame, bro. But you're trying credit where due. But you need stable topic of choice so people know what to expect. It's too up and down. Star, you're making no sense. I don't know what you're talking about. Bandwagonness. I don't know what you're talking about. Credit where due. I think, you know, you need to learn not to multitask. Close the Pornhub application and learn how to type, you know, please. Anyways, moving on. It's not making sense. I don't know you. I don't care what you have to say. Please make your own show. Other than that, suck your mum. Moving on. Anyway, so yeah, the benefit was we put together some decent moves. We played good in patches. For me, I'm more concentrated in terms of positives on Odegaard, Chambers, and Lacazette. But again, it wasn't good enough. And it's another game where turning up is half the battle. If you don't turn up and turning up and being spot on is half the battle. You don't do that, you're in problems. And we failed to do that. You know, we shouldn't have to go 2-3 down to wake up. Arteta shouldn't have to get you in at halftime to wake up. And this is where I have a problem with these players. I don't think it's from a lack of preparation from the analytical team or the coaches. I think these players never get in game mode. When I saw West Ham, they looked like a team that went to bed on Saturday and woke up on that Sunday playing football. We didn't. I don't know what we was on. It looked like we was on international break. Either way, he was gone in it. It was a problem. So we struggled in that regards. There's no real positives. Yeah, you could say we've shown fight and determination and things, and that has been there. But let's start actually starting games, really, because you can't keep doing this. It's a bit like praising us under Emre when we was turning it around in second halves, which is a bit of what we're doing now, people, really and truly. So it is what it is, nonetheless. If we look at it from a from a statistics point of view, people, not that, because that's our other things. I always say clean sheets are crucial. And I had a video that was cut up from my last live watch along before we played West Ham. Arsenal have gone 12 games without a clean sheet in all comps. Again, we've spoken about how we've improved so much defensively. The stats don't lie. How much can you improve defensively if you're not keeping clean sheets? How much can you improve defensively? And better yet, what level can you get to defensively with several players who make silly errors? Like it was whatever player you want to say yesterday, it's going to be someone else, others. Like we've got so many errors within our team. West Ham have scored a joint Premier League high of 9 goals from corners this season, which again is poor for us. Arsenal have conceded just 17% of their goals shipped from set pieces, which is the lowest thingy. But again, crucial periods this month, like against Burnley, we let ourselves down. Well, in fact, I'm gassing. I'm thinking of the home games. Forget that. Apparently, this was the 3rd Premier League game this season in which a team has led by 3+ goals and failed to win. West Brom and Chelsea, and Spurs, West Ham. As you know, Arsenal have only ever once come back from 3 goals down. We did that a couple of years ago against Bournemouth, which must have been good for the neutrals. Lacazette's on 11 goals for the campaign, and he's bettered his last campaign. Craig Dawson sadly made a bit of history. He's the first player to score an own goal in consecutive Premier League appearances since Conor Cody in 2019. West Ham are the first team to score 2 own goals in a single Premier League game since Swansea in January 2017, and that also happened against us. Souček is the first player to score both a goal and an own goal in the same in the same home Premier League game for West Ham since Frank Lampard. Again, and we didn't even have a shot on target for 20 odd minutes as well. I forgot to mention that. And apparently, you know, against us, apart from 2007, that was the earliest West Ham have ever scored 3 goals. Bit of Odegaard propaganda, and we have to make his one permanent. You look at his game by numbers, you can see it yourself. In fact, I'm being a bit negative to you lot. I should put that to 200. But as you lot can see, 93% pass accuracy, 95 touches, 16 entries into the final third, 9 crosses, 6 draws, 1. I don't care for pre-assist. I'm not going to call it pre-assist, but he was involved in at least 2 of the 3 goals. He had 5 touches in the up box. He had 4 take-ons, created 4 chances, had 3 shots, 2 fouls, and had 1 shot on target. He completed 7 passes in the opposition's box, which is the most by an Arsenal player in a single game this season. This tells me nothing to do with Odegaard, but just how mediocre we are creative-wise. Because when you look at it, Smith Rowe, Odegaard, and Willian are now up there, even Pepe. And these lot either haven't been at Arsenal for too long or are marginalised roles or have had marginalized roles this season. So this tells you collectively the nucleus of the squad isn't pulling their weight. Odegaard, hopefully he can stay. Apparently Odegaard has played more minutes in the Premier League for Arsenal than he has for Real Madrid. He created 4 chances today. I've already said that. Lacazette continues his great record in a sense of, you know, he scored 5 in his last 6 against West Ham. Partey regained possession 14 times against West Ham, which is a game high figure. This is a comment I wanted to touch on later, people, which is a reminder there, so ignore that, but we will get on that. Arsenal, you know, we're undefeated against teams that end in United. We've won 11 and lost none of our 14 matches against teams called United in all comps under Mikel Arteta. West Ham at a point scored 3 goals from 3 shots on target, you know, so they were 3 up after how many minutes? 3 shots on target. We took 20 minutes before we even had one. Give credit to Callum Chambers. You know, he created 3 chances, which is the most in any game for Arsenal, which again, no disrespect to Chambers, but shows the other players are not doing much. He had the most crosses, you know, which again, other players should be there. Clearances is where you should see Chambers. To be fair with you. And to be fair, shout out to Marie. I think he grew into the game, but he actually stopped Bowen from scoring as well. This is where game management is crucial because there were just 98 seconds between the opener and their second goal. So again, wake up. They say you're most vulnerable when you've just scored. We're probably even more vulnerable when we've just let one in, people. So it is what it is. And obviously Lingard got his 5th goal in all comps against Arsenal, and well deserved, people. They played very well in that game. They deserved it. So we live to fight another day, but it's a game of 2 halves. It's another frustrating game, and it's another game ultimately we just didn't play well. Yeah, it was. I give us praise for the heroics and the comeback and things like that, but it's all dead in that regards, people. So on that topic, that's where the tactical review ends. What are you lot saying in the comments? Is Star Lord still here? Hopefully he's went and watched some